Today I am at Travel Town in Griffith Park, which is a rail museum dedicated to pre-World War II railroading. I have never been here before and I'm super excited, so let's take a look around. Way back in 1947, William Frederickson, who was LA's Superintendent of Recreation. All right, I have to stop right there. How do you like that title? The Superintendent of Recreation. That is what I want to be when I grow up. Anyway, Mr. Frederickson, the Superintendent of Recreation, wanted to have a place where kids could climb into the cockpit of an airplane and see the controls up close. All right, so the airplane idea didn't work out. But the idea of having a place where kids could come and see vehicles up close and personal stuck with him. And it's from that desire that Travel Town was born. This was their very first exhibit, the Southern Pacific number 3025 locomotive engine. It was built in 1904 to pull passenger cars, and its route was the California Coastal Route from Los Angeles to San Francisco and back again. Amtrak still runs that route today, by the way. Take a look at how tall its wheels are. You can go into the cab on this train. I'm like a kid, pulling on every lever. What does this do? Does this open? What happens if I pull on this? This train is definitely kid-proof. Next to the 3025 is the Santa Maria Valley 1000. Now this was built in 1920 and it was used to bring concrete materials and other equipment to build the O'Shaughnessy Dam in the Hetch Hetchy Valley in Yosemite. Here's a rather scary photo of this train from 1922. This is the Pickering Lumber No. 2, built in 1918. Although it was eventually used for hauling lumber, it's believed to have been used alongside the Santa Maria Valley 1000 to haul materials to build O'Shaughnessy Dam. This steam locomotive was built in 1914. Now notice a couple of things about the engine. The first is the size of the wheels, particularly compared to the Southern Pacific 3025. The larger the wheel, the faster the train can go, and the smaller the wheel, the heavier the load it can carry. Also notice the saddle over the engine. This carried additional water for the boiler, and the added weight helped the engine pull heavier loads. And this train was a workhorse. It was used to carry rocks from a rock quarry on Catalina Island to the shore, where the rocks were shipped to San Pedro to build the Los Angeles Harbor. Here's the Conrock No. 1, another workhorse steam engine built in 1925. There were some passenger cars that were unfortunately closed. Look at this beauty, the Western Pacific No. 26. It was built in 1909 and was used to carry materials that built the Western Pacific Rail line. This is the Union Pacific 4439, and it's called a goat. A goat is a locomotive that moves other locomotives in the repair shop or in the switch yards. This is another one you can go inside. And yes, some of the levers work on this one. This odd-looking car is called the Pacific Union No. 1544 Electra. It's an electric car built in 1902. You can see the rod at the top that would connect to the electric cable to give it electricity. This is how buses and the historic F line in San Francisco are still powered today. This locomotive was used to help clear the rubble from the 1906 earthquake in San Francisco. So this is a real piece of history. Here's a traditional red caboose. This gray caboose is from Hawaii. Here's a cute little orange caboose. Here's my caboose. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. They have an indoor exhibit that features other types of transportation. They also have a tiny train that circles Travel Town twice for the exorbitant fare of $3.50. It's almost closing time and they are trying to herd everybody towards the exit. This has been fantastic. I am so glad I stopped by here today. Travel Town is free and it's open 6 days a week, closed on Wednesday. So if you're in the LA area, you should definitely stop by and check it out, particularly if you love old trains. I hope this helps you find your adventure. Thank you for watching.